We are fast approaching the midway point of the 2022 fantasy football season. If you still need some waiver wire help, I'm your guy. My name is Herms, and this is another edition of the Lateral Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Lateral Show. Fasten your seatbelts, because here we go.
Oh, yeah! What is up, ladies and germs? It is another edition of the Lateral Show, a sideways look at fantasy football. My name is Herms. You can follow me on Twitter at HermsNFL, and this is the 2022 Fantasy Football Week 8 Waiver Wire Preview. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, thank you so much. If you're watching this video on the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel, thank you so much. And if you see the box that says subscribe and you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel already, go ahead and click that button, because anytime we put up a new video, you'll get the little ding, ding, ding notification on YouTube. That would be super chill. And if you see the like button, it kind of looks like a thumbs up, go ahead and hit that too. It'd be super cool if you did. We've got some pretty fun names to talk about on the Week 8 Waiver Wire preview, but I gotta be honest. I've been talking about some of these guys behind the paywall for quite some time. If you want to get access to my full waiver wire article, you have to have a subscription to the website, fantasysixpack.net/plans. You get an all-access pass to everything. You get my paywalled waiver wire article stuff. You get the award-winning rankings that we put out on this website. You also get DFS tools. You also get access to the Discord community. You get so many things by signing up for an all-access membership at fantasysixpack.net/plans. Not that hard. Not that hard. Just give us your money. Please. Please do it. Now, before I go any further, I would also like to point out that I identified a handful of these players in my weekend waiver wire stashes article. It comes out every Saturday for the most part. You got to get ahead of the curve, because if you're not going to get behind the paywall for the fancy portion of my article, you might as well read the waiver stashes article that comes out on the weekend. So, I'm just saying, you could have had a handful of these guys on your teams already if you just listened to the advice that I'm doling out. The name that kind of headlines this whole list is Gus Edwards of the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I'm going to be honest. I did not think that he was going to immediately walk in, find the end zone twice, and make Kenyon Drake irrelevant. So I was kind of wrong on that front, but I did mention Gus Edwards as being a really worthy stash that you could have put in your IR spot for several weeks. I did that in plenty of leagues. Now, we hadn't seen Gus Edwards on a football field since 2020. It's been a long time. He and J.K. Dobbins tore their ACLs in the same part of the offseason pretty much like last year. But look, Edwards is coming back healthy. J.K. Dobbins is down and out again following a knee procedure that's going to keep him out for 4 to 6 weeks. So, dude, come on, Gus Edwards. The RB 37 in PPR in 2020. Last we saw him on a football field. And that's just what he did, running in tandem with J.K. Dobbins. Okay? As long as J.K. Dobbins is out and Gus Edwards is the leader of this Ravens backfield, we're talking solid mid-level RB2 type production that could potentially flirt with RB1 numbers depending on how many touchdowns he scores. So if you're looking to solve running back, Gus Edwards is that boy that you are going to want to get on your team. If you're looking for maybe just a little bit more of a hypothetical, who knows, high ceiling, low floor type thing, Kyren Williams of the Los Angeles Rams, the rookie out of Notre Dame. I don't know if Cam Akers is going to be on the Rams once we get to the trade deadline on November 1st. And that opens up a world of opportunity for somebody to find production in the Rams offense. Now, Darrell Henderson Jr. is probably going to be the starter, but coming off of the Rams bye week, Who knows? Kyren Williams missed a decent amount of time after he was put on IR for an injury that I can't exactly remember the specifics of, but there have been quotes from head coach Sean McVay, talking about how much the team really likes him. And there was a guy from The Athletic that covers the Rams that's been saying for a little while, like, there's a decent chance that Kyren Williams could have a big role in the Rams offense when he comes back. So, look, it's hypothetical. We're not really going to know until it happens, but you might as well take the chance. Coming into the NFL draft, I really liked Kyren Williams just by looking at his, tape at Notre Dame. He showed a lot of promise as a receiving back out of the backfield. I thought that was pretty cool. He tested pretty poorly athletically at the NFL Combine, but, I'm not going to let that stop me from, I really enjoyed what I saw on film. That's basically all I'm going to say. It's a swing and a miss potentially, but you never know. If you're looking for something a little bit more concrete, but still kind of ambiguous, could I introduce you to the Carolina Panthers backfield without Christian McCaffrey? Because I don't know about you, but I kind of thought Deontay Foreman was going to, quote unquote, run away with it, no pun intended, with McCaffrey out of the equation. But it turns out he and Chubba Hubbard were pretty heavily involved in Week 7 to the point where I don't really know which one to pick. If I had a better read on that situation, one of these two guys would probably be right behind Gus Edwards on this list of importance. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And regardless of whether it's Foreman or Chubba Hubbard, we're talking about the running back for the Carolina Panthers, okay? This offense is completely horrible. It's pretty clear they're heading into tank mode. They've already fired Matt Rule, and, the best player in the offense was Christian McCaffrey, who got traded to the 49ers. So, I don't know. We're talking about, a flex option depending on the matchup, like a bye week filler, injury filler type guy. So I'm not going to go too gung-ho over either of these running backs in Carolina, but if you need the help, you need the help, and I'm not here to judge. So those are the running backs that I would look at. And just to kind of sprinkle out there one wide receiver that I would really look at, Wan'Dale Robinson of the New York Giants. Let me tell you what, he came back 2 weeks ago against the Baltimore Ravens, did pretty damn well. He came back again to play again in Week 7, and he did pretty damn well. Over this last couple weeks, he is now averaging, again, albeit in a small sample size, 11.9 PPR points per game. Operating as the primary slot receiver in a Brian Daboll offense is a pretty valuable thing. If we remember, before being hired as the New York Giants head coach, Brian Daboll was the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. So we're talking about, the Cole Beasley role. We're talking about, what Isaiah McKenzie's been doing in Buffalo lately. It's the same type of offensive system. And as long as the Giants continue to exceed expectations and do incredibly well, they can't have the entire offense funnel through Saquon Barkley. Wan'Dale Robinson has a role. We talked about it on the flagship edition of the Lateral Show just this past week. Wan'Dale Robinson is a guy that me and my co-host McLateral both give the seal of approval for. So that's probably where I would look. Now, there are some other names that I really want to talk about, but I can't really do that because those names are behind the paywall and you have to go to fantasy6pack.net/plans to see the rest of it. But rest assured, there's some good stuff there if you want to get one of those all access passes and check out some other stuff that I got to say. But, I can only do so much to help you out. At any rate, best of luck as you make your claims in your fantasy football leagues. Best of luck the rest of the way. My name is Herms, on Twitter at HermsNFL, and this has been another edition of The Lateral Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's The Lateral Show. Fasten your seatbelts, because here we go.